am quite loud. Hello and welcome to Entertain This, episode 70, 52, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Tom, and with me I have...
Hayden.
So today we're going to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games. And as you could see, we are minus Mitchell Man Randy Savage,
Yeah.
who can't be here because he decided to work.
His
Loser.
punishment was so bad, he quit the podcast.
He was done. Galaxy of Terror, was it?
It was.
So next episode, he will be back against his will for a 2-time punishment review, since you know the standing rule here. If you don't show up, sucks to be you.
Spoiler alert, the other punishment is a science fiction film. So we'll talk about that in the end. So let's jump right into this mess. Movies.
Movies. Did you see a movie?
I did.
What'd you watch?
I watched Enola Holmes.
Enola Holmes.
Mm-hmm. Sherlock Holmes' little sister, played by Eleven from Supernatural.
Huh.
Millie Bobby Brown.
She's been in a lot of stuff lately.
She is. She's
That's
been busy. She worked with one of the producers from Godzilla, that Godzilla movie that she was in, and she read these books when she was a kid, Enola Holmes, and she wanted to do these movies, but she was too young at the time. Now last year they were able to do it. They planned on a theatrical release, but then Corona happened, and then Netflix got the rights because they thought it smart just to release it on Netflix instead of just waiting for 15 years like Black Widow and all those other movies. However, Netflix got sued from the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle estate because the film depicted Sherlock Holmes as having emotions.
How dare he have emotions?
Yep. Apparently, Sherlock Holmes is played by Henry Cavill,
So he's like jacked.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
They did a pretty good job, actually. Like
of hiding the fact that he's not svelte.
he wore a lot of layers.
Yeah, in those 18th century clothes.
Yeah. And I mean, he was pretty stoic, but I guess he was compelled to make decisions about his sister because he had emotions. I don't know. I feel like you could argue in just about any Sherlock Holmes story that he does whatever he's doing because of emotions. I mean, he's still human. He still finds a reason to solve mysteries, not just because it's a game and he wants to get it done, but I think in the end, like, what's the one where he falls off the waterfall?
Oh, the one with Robert Downey Jr.?
No. Like it's based off of a book with.
I know what you're talking about.
What's that story called?
Something.
Yeah. Well, anyways, like he obviously decided to end himself because of emotions.
Take Moriarty with him.
Yeah, Moriarty, and so yeah, I mean, it's a stretch for that lawsuit. I don't know. Your character's not supposed to, this character that we've depicted in our state is not supposed to have a certain amount of emotions. You know, that's whatever. Funny fact, the Wreck-It Ralph, where they depicted Bowser and like the bad guy meeting and stuff like that, apparently whatever the production company that made that, it wasn't Pixar, but whatever production company that did that, explained how hard, like the hardest part of that movie was depicting Bowser to be the exact specificities that Nintendo had told them to make him. Like they said, it was just a lot of a nightmare in order to work with Nintendo on how allowing them to loan out that character to a film and what he was supposed to be like. So
Netflix getting sued a lot.
Yeah,
sued in Texas right now.
For what?
That show Cuties or whatever that was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're getting sued for that right now.
They got a lot of hell for that, and yeah, that's a stupid. I don't know what the idea was behind that, but that's a bad idea. Something about booty dancing, toddlers or something like that.
Very bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, Enola Holmes. It's Sherlock's sister. She's 16 and she lives in the Holmes estate, and her father's dead. Her brothers are old and off doing things like solving crimes or politics, which is what Mycroft, the oldest brother, is doing. And then her mom disappears out of nowhere. Her mom basically raised her
Mm-hmm.
to be a little feminist, you know.
Less calculating and emotionally cold than Mycroft and
Well, she was very calculating. Like they did puzzles and stuff like that, but she was all about doing the right thing and sometimes in order to be heard you have to make noise and all other kind of crap, and it's whatever, like the 1800s, before women could vote and stuff like that. Yeah, that's oppression. It's something, and that's essentially the theme of the film.
women's suffrage.
Yeah, she like puts a fancy dress on at one point, and she does it because she wants to, not because
society
not
has
because
dictated
society.
this.
Yeah, I mean, like a big stink of that about that kind of stuff. So, but it was a fun movie. It was it was happy. It wasn't weird, and they didn't like sexualize that character. Which is kind of like a strange thing. Like in the It movie, they bring in like a underage female and they kind of like overly sexualize it and stuff like that. I was kind of like, where are we going with it a couple times? But no, they kept it pretty down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
And she, she keeps breaking the fourth wall to basically explain to you her thought process. And that kind of got annoying. That was actually the actress's idea to do that. She's a producer, and I guess she helped write it. But my daughter really liked it. It's about her age group.
So it's more of a kids movie.
It was PG-13.
A young adult.
There's characters that died, and there's characters that were put in some intense situations. So, yeah, it was my son didn't give a crap about this movie. He was bored.
There's no big robots or monsters. I don't care.
Exactly. So it was all right. They're totally franchising it. You could tell. What's interesting is since it's not a theatrical release, what is Netflix going to do? I mean, Netflix will do whatever it wants to, obviously.
Yeah, they got the money. They don't care.
So, but you could tell it was like a better quality movie than Netflix was like usually does. Like they had all these period Victorian, settings and these elaborate sets and the crazy fancy scoring and all this stuff. It's a little too much for, I would say, Netflix's wallet. But can they do that again for the next go around? I don't know. We'll see. Netflix owns the rights, so and if they can survive this lawsuit, so
they'll probably just do it again.
Yeah, it was fun. I give it a 7. I could see why kids would really enjoy it, especially preteen girls and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I applaud it for not being stupid, not making it about like, I don't know, sexual identity or something crazy like that. That's just way too much.
Enola Holmes in the Tale of Who Took My Diary.
Yeah, just too much heavy stuff for a simple murder mystery thing. And then, I don't know much about Nancy Drew and all that crap, but it definitely didn't seem like something that had been done like that before.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird just to give Sherlock Holmes a sister out of nowhere, All right. So
I'm guessing he's substantially older.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he looks like he's in his 30s and she's 16. So logistically, I suppose it's possible. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, he's definitely younger than what you would perceive a Sherlock Holmes to be.
Probably 40s.
Yeah,
40s.
Yeah, they actually showed him smoking a pipe. I was surprised. I know. I couldn't
That's
believe
like his trademark.
Yeah, but I mean,
did he have the hat with like the?
He did not have the hat.
Lame.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch this now.
Yeah. So, but he was hardly in it, to be honest with you. But
it's like that's Sherlock Holmes, and there he goes.
Yeah. All right.
Svelte Holmes.
Well, what about movie news?
Movie news. Clint Eastwood, 90 years old. He's going to star in another movie. It's called Cry Macho, which it's based on a book.
Cry Macho.
They've been trying to make this into a movie apparently for a long time. They wanted to use Schwarzenegger a long time ago. But the movie is sort of set on the premise because it's supposed to be, it takes place in the late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
False story of a washed-up horse trainer in Texas who's offered 50 grand by his former boss to snatch his boss's son away from his mother in Mexico City and bring him back to the U.S.
Right.
So they had the adaptation for a movie for a long time, but plans fell through when to do it with Schwarzenegger. I'm guessing back in the 90s.
Oof. So it's been in development for a long time.
Yeah. Eastwood considered making it back in the late 80s, but decided to do the Deadpool instead.
What? Oh, the Deadpool.
The Dirty Harry.
Deadpool.
Not yeah, he was Deadpool.
Yeah. I was like, you like produce that movie? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gonna be crap.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably not. I mean,
It's been in development for way too long. People have passed on it. Eastwood is what we call a leash director, where like,
you're doing the movie the way he wants it done.
well, you're doing the movie the way that he's not going to go beyond his budget because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
So
And you're not gonna do like some people do like 40 takes, 40,000
yeah,
takes.
he's
for
just
one
going to
thing.
be like, nah, whatever.
He
it
just
works."
sits there and goes, "Go ahead.
He's the guy that gets
All right, it's enough."
like, what's that train movie that he was in or that he directed with those soldiers?
Train movie.
Yeah, he did some train movie where it was about some soldiers that prevented some sort of terrorist attack on a train. And
Oh yeah, that came out like what 2 years ago.
yeah, well, he got the actual the 1517 to Paris.
Mm-hmm.
He got the actual soldiers that were involved
To be in the movie.
to be the actors in that movie, portraying themselves. So and it's arguably like a terrible movie. Like everybody that I know, like I've met people that worked in that movie and they said, "Oh yeah, it's bad, it's horrible." You know, like those.
I mean,
guys
that's cool that you got those guys to be in the movie, but like to play themselves, it's like
That's
they're
dumb.
not actors.
Yeah,
They're soldiers.
That's not a good thing in my opinion. But anyway, well, I don't know. I'm calling it now. It's probably gonna be trash. So Cry Mafia. Yeah, we'll see.
Cry Macho.
Cry Macho.
Cry Mafia sounds like a good
It
idea.
does sound
for
like a
me.
better movie. Yeah.
It does sound like a good movie. Write that down. We can make that movie.
TV.
TV show called Teachers came out in 2001 from 2000 to 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Not the American one. That was based off this one, like The Office.
Mm-hmm.
This show starred Andrew Lincoln before Walking Dead fame, when he was in his comedic roles and The Love Actually and the standing there with the cue cards or whatever, dropping them.
English.
English,
person,
yeah.
Most people don't know that he's actually a British actor. So
And in this, he's obviously he's just almost 19 years ago,
yeah,
so he's a lot younger.
I could tell because like living in the South long enough, nobody really talks like that, like how he portrays people. Coral. It's like that's definitely like somebody who's watched a lot of TV. It's like this is how people in the South talk. Coral.
They talk like Forrest Gump. Jenny.
Yeah.
Who's a character in the show called Teachers. So it's about him, two other teachers, and then there was like psychology teacher. So it's basically the four of them are like the core four of the show, and then there's other bits and characters running around.
Yeah.
And basically they're a bunch of juvenile idiots running around as teachers. Like they get drunk all the time, they do stupid stuff. Like kids would be like, "Are you going to collect the homework?" And he's like, "You had homework?"
So Rick Grimes in a comedy.
Yes, it's Rick Grimes in a comedy. The first season's really funny. After that, he leaves periodically and comes back and forth, and then like they killed off like half the cast for some reason because their contracts had expired and they wanted to go do other
They
stuff.
drop pianos on him.
So yeah, they're just like they all died, and like some people left. They just don't explain it. They're just not like they just took them out of the credits. They're not in there anymore, and no one
I
knows
hate
why.
it when shows do that.
That was like at like the last season.
like in Parks and Rec, the dude in the first two seasons,
Mark Brandanowitz.
Brandanowitz, he's just
Paul
gone.
Schneider? Yeah, they just like he took another job somewhere else and left.
Yeah, well, they barely explained that, and then they never talk about him ever again. Even there's an episode where Ann Perkins talks about her previous boyfriends.
Doesn't even mention.
Doesn't even mention him. Dated for a whole season.
Almost got married.
Yep.
And not talking about Mark Brandanowitz
Not talking about Brandanowitz.
or Brandanowitz.
Yeah, I actually looked into that, and they said they left it open so he could come back.
And then he said like he never got a call or anything to come back at all.
And then like they did a 2020 episode this year.
Yeah, of Parks and Rec.
Yeah, and they got everybody, a lot of like the guest stars and stuff to come back. Didn't
But-
get him back.
They didn't ask Paul Schneider to come
No.
back. That's weak.
Yeah, I guess there's
like
some
Mark
some
Brendanawicz.
butt hurt going on in there. I don't know. Whatever. So,
But-
anyways, it's a good show.
It's a very funny show. I recommend the first season definitely. Season 2 is all right. Solid follow up. Season 3 is pretty good. 4 not worth watching.
When did it end?
2004.
When did Walking Dead start? 2010?
Nah, I thought that started earlier.
No, 2010.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So
But that was the show he was most known for before. We knew him as Rick Grimes and the
Mhm.
Ricktatorship and the beard. Axing
this is a
people.
dictatorship.
This is a Ricktatorship, Carl. Lori. Not to make fun of Andrew Lincoln that much, but he deserves it.
Yeah,
So,
he's an interesting guy.
TV show news?
Yeah,
Godzilla anime show.
we haven't talked about anime a lot in this podcast.
We haven't, which is why I kind of want to bring it up. Plus, I've never turned down a chance to talk about Godzilla.
of course,
Everybody's favorite giant lizard who likes to destroy Tokyo and occasionally New York.
Mhm.
It's titled Singular Point. It's a Netflix show.
Isn't there already an anime from Godzilla?
I mean,
on
there's been
Netflix?
probably. They did 3 movies: Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters, Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, and Godzilla the Planet Eater.
Oh, okay. So those are the movies. I never.
Those are the movies. The show is not based on around the movies.
Of
This
course
is like
not.
all new plot,
Okay.
all new stuff.
Does it have Gadzuki in it?
Getsuki.
Remember that? The little baby Godzilla.
Oh,
From
his
the-
son.
from the cartoon.
Oh, like you try to do the fire thing and blow like smoke rings
Yeah.
out. Godzilla would like stomp his tail out, but like his foot would take up like the whole frame of the
Right, yeah.
television. He'd go, and he'd just be
Stupid
standing there
show.
like disappointed as a father. It's like he's a giant lizard, but like he's watching his son just go.
It was like Johnny Quest meets Godzilla for some reason. They had
Yeah,
these.
and like Godzilla was like Barney sized.
Yeah,
Or like the baby Godzilla,
yeah.
son of Godzilla.
They had these people that just ran around and
Mm-hmm.
solved earthquakes by Godzilla plugging up volcanoes or something like that. I'm sure that's not gonna have any
Just pick up a big rock and go.
lasting impacts or whatever. But yeah,
People attached to it are names I can't pronounce, but a lot of them did work for Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and The Wind Rises.
okay. That's Miyazaki Studio
Mhm.
Ghibli.
So I'm kind of looking forward to a little Godzilla anime. We don't talk about anime. There's animes that we liked.
Yeah, I love Miyazaki films. For instance, those are the best.
I have
and
seen Spirited Away. I did like that one. I'm pretty sure I saw Princess Mononoke.
Mononoke. and
Mononoke,
If you
yeah.
did, you would definitely remember. It's an amazing film.
I've seen. Were these like the ones that like that would be on like Toonami or whatever, like late at night?
I don't know. They're kind of like high art anime. Like they're pretty expensive to have,
Mm-hmm.
to distribute. Like Netflix, I think couldn't even afford it. HBO's got it now. They're gonna have a list of all the Studio Ghibli or Ghibli. I can't remember how you say it. But they're gonna be coming out on HBO here pretty soon, and they're great. They're all pretty much family movies. I watched a couple with my kids and they liked it. But yeah, Princess Mononoke is like amazing.
Bring back Yu Yu Hakusho. Spirit Detective. Apparently, the studio is also going to be in partnership with Studio Orange, combining hand-drawn and CG animation style. Which I don't know how you do hand-drawn and CG.
Well, I do it all the time.
That's stuff you know more about than me.
There's actually like classes of anime. There's some purists who think, like for instance, Miyazaki himself.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that all anime should be like you suffer for your art and you have to hand draw everything. And if you're not miserable doing it, you're not doing it right because your passion comes through the suffering. There's like a whole
It's
philosophy.
like the dark
behind
side of the Force.
it. Yeah, but I mean, like you can tell there's a lot of passion in the films. So he actually has gone to other anime studios and like publicly shamed them for cutting
Enjoying their
corners.
work.
No, for cutting corners and doing CG and stuff like that. Yeah, he has. That'd be crazy. That's like because I'm sure he's like their idol.
And he comes in, it's just like, shame. And they're just like, oh.
It'd be like Spielberg showing up and just trashing our podcast. So
I mean, we probably do pretty good, like with like viewership afterwards. It's like Steven Spielberg was here.
yeah,
He gave us the business.
he did. Got 1 million views though. But
Appreciate it.
yeah.
Any publicity is good publicity.
So cool. I mean,
I
I
think
probably
that-
won't watch it.
I'll give it a whirl if it's going to be on Netflix, but I think they're just capitalizing right now on the Godzilla popularity.
Yeah.
I mean, Godzilla's been in 40 feature films, since the first one in
It's
1954.
getting a little daunting.
And it's like last year they had King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
And then next year we have Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
Then there was the Bryan Cranston one, which he was in for like 20 minutes and then
Died.
all right, Mitch.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's an old movie at this point.
but he did die.
He did. He totally died.
I'm sorry. I spoiled a crappy movie for you. All right, cool. Well, video games.
Star Wars. Squadrons. Dun dun dun.
So what do you think?
You know what? I'm a little split on it, actually, now that I think about it. So, Squadrons just came out. It's 5v5, pretty much predominantly.
Yeah.
Dogfights are 5v5. You versus, in like the ranked mode against
Well,
the ships, capital
right.
ships, and all that other stuff. It's
So,
5v5, and I think there's AI.
It takes place after episode 6, right?
Yes, it takes place after Return of the Jedi.
Okay. And you can either be the rebels or the
Empire.
whatever's left of the Empire. And basically, you can choose a class of starfighter.
From, for the Rebels, X-Wing, Y-Wing, A-Wing, and then the U-Wing,
yeah.
which is, if you don't know what that is, the ship they flew around in Rogue One.
Oh, okay. And then the Imperials have the TIE Fighter,
The TIE Interceptor,
the TIE Interceptor bomber,
and the TIE Reaper.
The Reaper, which I've never heard of before.
Was it? That and the U-Wing are support ships.
Yeah.
Y-Wing and the bomber are,
They,
bombers, interceptors are your speedy, going around places.
They do like the support ships like heal other ships, and they like can make it so
They can resupply missiles and
and like other people can't like if they're screwing with the people in their team, like they can't lock on people, or
Mhm.
they can get locked on super easy and stuff like that. So yeah, they just do a lot of like passive things that are pretty interesting.
support.
Basically, the way the game works is you choose a ship, you try and kill as many people with that ship as you can on the other team, and then first team to 25,
No, I think it's 30.
30 wins.
And then you get shot down in the AI mode by Poyo Buck.
yeah, Poyo Buck.
Poyo Buck, the scourge of squadrons.
He's an
He's
AI.
the fiercest pilot you'll ever come across, and it's AI.
John Wick and a starfighter.
Sure.
But once you're done, you get experience. Experience unlocks these like tokens to buy stuff that you can use to upgrade your ships to have like faster but weaker lasers, or slower but stronger lasers, or stronger shields, but you blow
Lose,
up.
like hull integrity.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of give and take. You got to be you got to read through all the stuff to see what you want to actually put on to build a class that suits your style. I will say the story mode, useless.
Oh yeah.
The story's dumb. It makes no sense.
I forgot about the story.
The story, it's very forgettable. It's not a good story.
Yeah.
All it is how to train you to fly.
Did you beat it all?
Yeah.
The whole story?
Yeah.
Not just the prologue, but the
No, I
actual.
did the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't do that. I just beat the prologue just to get to the multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what all of us have to do.
I would have a huge problem with this game if it was $60.
Yes, the fact that I got it for like $35,
Yeah.
and it's made by EA,
Yeah.
is mind-boggling.
Because
Also,
we played it for about a week, and it's fun. It has minutia replay value. Like you can get cosmetics and bragging rights essentially, which is enough for some people, but
I feel like there's more for this game coming down the road.
probably. I'm already kind of burned out on it. I'm not gonna lie. So
It's like initially playing, it's like there's only 3 multiplayer modes. There's dogfighting, there's the against the capital ships and stuff, which is ranked, and then there's the similar one, but it's not ranked, and it's against all AI.
yeah.
So it's you and 4 randos in a squadron, and a bunch of AIs trying to blow up rebel ships or imperial ships, whatever you want to do. And it gets kind of old. The dogfighting's a little bit more fun.
You do feel pretty awesome when you're whipping through like asteroid debris and
Ship debris, and you have people on your tail, and you're cutting across all this. It's fun. I will say the flying aspect of that game is really, really good.
yeah, it's very challenging.
It's very challenging. If you've played Ace Combat, you might be a touch ahead of the curve,
I have not.
because you can remap the whole control
Yeah.
to yours. It doesn't have to be an elite controller or anything special. You basic Xbox One controller, you can remap it. So for me, my left hand on the left joystick is what I use to steer when I fly. But there's so much other stuff you got to do while flying. You have to be able to do it with both hands. So you're flying. I'm flying with my left. My right, if I go up, is to accelerate boost. down is to decelerate. You can go from Mach 2 to 0, virtually like that, depending on how you have your starfighter kitted out.
Right.
And then on the D-pad is how you allocate power from your ship to engines, lasers, or shields.
Right. Yeah, and I hardly ever do that, to be honest with you.
I do that all the time.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of working parts. I know I've seen video of it in 4K where people are playing on like VR headsets.
Yeah.
With like actual throttle controls and the big joysticks. And it looks like that's a lot of fun.
You could spend a ton of money to have a more immersive experience, but I still think that even if you do that, it'll probably kind of plateau on its replay value eventually. It'll get kind of old. So
I'm hoping they'll come out with more stuff for this game.
Yeah.
Especially for a game that were like, hey, we're not doing, buy stuff, loot money, all this other nonsense.
I was kind of hoping for the Battlefront experience. Like maybe if you get enough kills, you can upgrade to a bigger like courser ship or something like that. Yeah.
Upgrade like your fleet or whatever and
like you can control like one of those giant hammerhead looking ships. What are those things called?
Hammerhead cruisers.
Yeah, that thing. And then eventually like you can be the guy in charge of the Star Destroyer and stuff like that, and like I was kind of hoping for something like that, but
and when you hit level 55 10th prestige, you get the Death Star.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you just win forever.
No, I mean like eventually like you kill streaks or something like that could eventually upgrade you.
Like you can call in like a squadron of AI.
Yeah, or something like that. That'd be cool, but it's like I said, you kill a guy or two and then you die and you just do it again until the game's over. That's it.
Because we've had games where I'll get like 2 or 3 kills, die 10 times, and then I've had games where I go like 9 kills before I ever get shot down.
Yeah, the fleet stuff where you have to basically shoot their bigger ships that are AI controlled, obviously, and most of the time they just stand there and they just have turrets that shoot in different directions.
I will say the AI is fierce.
Yeah, but you have to shoot those ships, and then it's like a flowing battle. Like you blow up their ship, and then your main ship's shields are down, so you have to go back and defend it. And then
you gotta shoot down fighters, and then they have like a little frigate come around and start blasting at you. So you got to shoot that thing down.
Right.
Then you got to shoot down their other 2 ships, the escort ships for the capital ship, and then you got to take out like systems on the capital ship.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated, and it could be fun, but it's I don't know. It'd take a lot of playing to really kind of figure it out, and it's pretty repetitive playing. So, yeah, I'd say it's right at worth the money that you spent
for the $35 or so I spent on it. Worth it.
Yeah,
definitely in that price bracket. If I spent $80 on this game, I'd be furious.
Yeah, I'd been mad too. So, yeah. So there you go. All right. What about news? Do we have any news? Video game stuff.
Cyberpunk has gone gold.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that. Come on.
Warzone Season 6.
Well, they did talk about. We could talk about the Black Ops game coming out. There's talks of a new map for Warzone,
which would be cool. I mean, I haven't gotten bored of this map though.
No, they keep adding stuff to it, like a subway system and
a train, which we don't use.
Yeah,
we've been killed by the train.
Yeah. No, there's like underground subway too.
Yeah, no, we haven't even explored that yet.
No. Yeah, there's still tons of stuff to do. It's a huge map, but they're talking about a new map, Alcatraz. So I think it'll be a smaller map.
Probably like a mini Royale.
Yeah, something like that. But it'll have a ton of interactive stuff, apparently.
It should just be like all the teams are like locked in a cell, like in all the cell blocks, and then like the game starts, all the doors open, everybody just runs out beating each other to death. And
yeah, I'm thinking they're probably going to do a lot with that zombie stuff because the Black Ops has always been a zombie game, hasn't it?
I mean, they've had zombies in them, yeah.
So, like, they've already announced there are going to be zombie modes for the Black Ops game.
Treyarch thing.
So there might be
since World at War.
There might be like a zombie version of that battle royale. There's already going to be one for the current one, and
they're supposed to be doing a
10
night.
Days. They're going to do a night mode first, and then a zombie mode after, I think. So I don't know which one comes first. We'll see. So, but yeah, those are. That's a game that constantly pumps out new stuff, and it's pretty fun. So
that's a game that's been setting a big trend on constantly staying fresh, adding new stuff, adding new weapons, adding new operators, adding new this, adding new that.
Yeah.
Because there's the new machine gun or the new assault rifle that's out that you can shoot people through walls.
Yeah, that's
which I mean
glitch.
you can, but it's glitched.
Yeah.
So your bullets take 0 loss in velocity or damage,
Yeah.
so you're still getting 100% of the damage that thing can put out. And then the hit scan for the new sniper rifle,
Which is
up
also
to like
glitch.
400 meters.
Yeah. That's also glitch. Just somehow you can shoot a guy instantaneously with the sniper round, and that's not supposed to happen.
That and the skill-based matchmaking's gotten stiffer this year or this season,
Oh yeah.
from what I've been seeing and reading about.
Oh, I haven't noticed it. No, anyways. Cool. There's your news and reviews. If you want to talk about anything specifically, let us know. And we have a kind of a horror-esque genre of stuff we're trying to...
Since last week we did horror video games, this was a post I put out on the page, which I got a lot of comments on. 17 movies.
Right.
Or what were your favorite or most, scary movies to you?
Right. We're trying to gravitate towards horror for this
This month.
And, if you have anything specific that you want us to talk about, especially horror related, we will do some deep dive and research or whatnot. So there you go. All right. Well, let's knock off this list.
I think we'll start from the way this kind of actually goes. It seems like, worst to best.
Okay. So
Almost the way it was kind of written
the
out.
audience voted for this, right?
The audience picks.
Okay.
Everybody comment, what they thought was there.
And number 17 was the lowest one, right?
That was the last comment on there, or one of
Okay.
the last movie to be commented on there. So
Okay. So Friday the 13th, which is pretty boring, to be honest with you.
it is.
Yeah. It's Kevin
Mm.
Bacon's first movie, I think, wasn't it?
I thought Animal House was.
I don't remember, one way or the other. But yeah, it's kind of slow. It's not what's his name, Jason. He's not even.
No,
in it.
he's not. He's
Weird mom.
it's his mom. Yeah,
Yeah.
running around stabbing people through hammocks.
I mean, I guess it was like the first of slasher films to kind of like really isolate the genre because it came out well after Halloween, correct?
Yeah, this one came out. I think Friday the 13th came out like 1980.
Maybe. Yeah.
So it came out 2 years after Halloween. But I mean, Halloween was kind of like the first, if you will, in like the slasher genre,
Okay.
or the most precursor esque to the whole thing.
Right.
Then Friday the 13th, it was like teenagers having sex everywhere and
Yeah.
big serial killer guy.
Yeah. If you're ever in the woods and you hear
Lots of
something
blood.
scary going on, the last thing you need to do is have sex. All right.
Yeah.
That's when you're gonna die.
Virginity will save you.
Yeah. That's what happened. I mean, it worked in Halloween, right?
Yeah,
Because she was a virgin, right?
I don't know. I mean,
I think that was the thing. Like, she was like this, pristine babysitter that didn't want to do all the partying.
I thought it was because it was she was his sister.
Well, isn't that like decided later on? I don't think in the first movie she's decided to be his sister.
I thought it was
I don't remember. Whatever. Anyways,
Ah.
so number 17 is
Friday the 13th. Lame.
Number 16,
I like this movie.
The Blob.
The Blob, starring Steve McQueen.
Mm-hmm. That's his first big movie. It's The Blob. Pretty
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
I would say that. Not his best movie, but
Yeah.
he's like probably like in his mid-20s almost in that movie.
Did you
And
ever
he's
see
played
the,
like a high school guy. It's like you don't even look like you look like a teacher.
Did you ever see the 80s version
No, I didn't.
where like the Blob like melts the skin off their faces and stuff like that?
That's just ridiculous.
It's pretty cool though. It was pretty impressive special effects for back then. But I mean, this one was like what, this late 60s, early 70s?
No, I think this was like in like I almost want to say the late 50s.
Was it really the original
Blob.
Blob? It's not black and white though. Is it black and white?
I think it is. I think it was
Wow.
originally, and I'm pretty sure I've seen it in color.
I
I think
some,
I've seen it in black and white and color.
I did some research on how they made the Blob, and I think they had to do some camera trickery because it's molasses. I'm pretty sure is what they use for the Blob, some
Mhm.
compound of molasses, and it moves so slow they actually had to speed up
The camera.
in order to make it work, which would probably been a nightmare.
It's like you could easily get away.
I don't know. I'll have to fact check that.
It's a fun movie. It's you can watch it with kids. I mean, they're not gonna. I don't know about your kids, but
My kids will not care. They'll probably just
they'll
leave.
probably think it's boring.
Yeah.
Almost. But
I
I mean,
mean,
for the older people, like for us, I saw it when I was a little kid, and my parents like, oh, the Blob, and I was like, what's that? It's like it's a big blob that eats stuff. It's like cool, let's watch it. And we're like, oh, the Blob.
It arrives from outer space, right?
Yeah, it was like in a meteor, and some guy touches it, and it calls it to stay, and it goes up his arm, and then it starts,
How many
Getting
movies
it.
start that way?
a lot. But I mean, that one might have been first. It came out in the 50s.
Well, The Color Out of Space was a Lovecraft book, the 20s, that kind of starts the same way. So I'm sure maybe Lovecraft did it first. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sixth Sense, 15.
I see dead people.
It's a good movie.
I have
Yeah.
not seen that movie.
Well, I won't spoil it for you.
I already know.
It's a good movie. I think everybody should watch it once. It's like M. Night Shyamalan can either do an amazing movie or a terrible movie, and this was a really good movie. So, it's fun. It's back when Bruce Willis was like, a formidable actor,
And had hair.
and he was bald.
No?
Yep, super bald. Maybe he did have hair. I can't remember.
Because who's the kid?
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah.
Back when he was a kid, you see him today, and you're just like, "Who's that homeless guy?"
Because
mean-
he still has the face, but his head's so much bigger.
Yeah,
It looks ridiculous.
beard or something.
It looks like the guy from Little Bits from Rick and Morty now. Little Bits. That's what he looks like.
but yeah,
Haley Joel Osment, if you're listening, sorry.
I'm sure he's not. But
I'm
it's
pretty sure
it's a fun movie. They has a crazy twist at the end that everybody knows
With
about.
a twist. Because
And,
M. Night Shyamalan can't do a movie that doesn't have a twist.
yeah. But that was back before people were expecting it, so it was really well done how they hide it from you, So, but it also has some really awesome shots of horror in the movie. There's a part where there's a ghost under a bed of this girl, and it's pretty well done how they get you. It might be a jump scare. I can't really remember, but you're still creeped out one way or the other. It's good horror movie. So yeah, number 14, It.
I forgot to put it on there, but it was the original.
Oh,
with,
okay.
Tim Curry, which I think is by far scarier than the new one with creepy Skarsgård.
I think they both have their pros
Merits.
and cons. I think Tim Curry can gravitate the character. Tim Curry can
Mhm.
gravitate the character when it's just him.
Mm-hmm.
When there's special effects, and it might not be his fault. It might be the corniness and the whatever's going on at the time. It's kind of silly, And Skarsgård definitely takes it and is able to make all the special effects work for him. But when it's just like one-on-one conversation, I give it to Curry. Just him being creepy.
Just like the unsettlingness,
Yeah.
like he did. Because I know there's one bit that I remember. I saw this with my best friend at the time, my brother, when we still lived in New York. And this was this might have been 15, 17 years ago. And we're sitting there watching, we're sitting there on the couch, and the pillows eventually just came up, and then we're just sitting there like this, the whole time, covering our eyes. My brother, he just left. He's like, I can't watch this anymore. Movie made me horrified of clowns.
Yeah, the ending where the deadlights and stuff become involved. I was legitimately, and I would have been because I was younger, but I was more freaked out by that in the old movie than I was in the new movie. I don't know what. I just was not. I didn't care about the deadlights and stuff like that. I felt like they did a better job making more of a mystery, and just it was confusing and scary at the same time.
Yeah, it was confusing too because the way he explains it is humans wouldn't even understand it to begin with.
Yeah,
and they actually kind of portray it pretty well in that aspect.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Tim Curry was horrifying in that movie.
Yeah, he actually just was hospitalized recently.
Yeah, he was out signing autographs though. He had his little mask on. He's sitting in a wheelchair. He's doing his stuff.
Good for him. He seems like a cool dude. 13, Carrie, another Stephen King movie.
Didn't see that one.
You've never seen Carrie?
No,
Well,
I missed that one.
it's Stephen King's first book ever written, I believe. Basically, this girl.
She has psychic powers or something.
Well,
right? Or she's bullied into it, or
Her mom is this super crazy, Catholic, Nazi, and she beats God into her essentially, and her trying to deal with that formal lifestyle conflicts really harsh with her high school setting and her being like this prissy, not prissy, but like prudish girl in a very promiscuous 70s high school. You know, they make fun of her and tease her, and she gains telepathic powers and sets everybody on fire. So there you go.
Bullying. That's what it can do.
Yeah, essentially.
It's all fun and games until you're setting your classmates on fire.
I haven't seen the remake. That was
I
a
have not
couple
either.
years. I did see the Foo Fighters rendition of it. It was pretty funny. Where Dave Grohl is the one that sets everybody on fire. They pour the blood on him. He does like the look and things like that. It's pretty funny.
The look.
Yeah, you never seen that?
No.
It's hilarious.
I might have to watch that.
Yeah. Number 12, The Birds.
The Birds.
The Birds I saw was one of the first horror movies I ever saw. I might have been like 6, and it scared the crap out of me when I was 6, and I didn't watch it again until college, and it was hilarious to watch in college. Yeah, it's a pretty.
I remember seeing this movie, like, you remember like AMC first started doing like the 31 Days of Halloween?
Yeah.
And they would show just horror movies on a rotation.
Yeah.
I remember watching that, laughing my ass off at it and going like, this is the dumbest movie I've ever seen. And my grandparents had come over, my grandma was just like, oh, we were talking about, she's like, I'm still scared of birds because of that movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess it's just, the time
It's
you grew up
Jaws.
in and when it came out.
It's Jaws for like your grandparents.
To that generation, it's that, like Jaws is like, well, I mean, Jaws is the reason I don't like swimming in the ocean anymore.
Interesting stuff about that movie, Tippi Hedren. She did Marnie with Hitchcock before, and basically Hitchcock just sexually assaulted her throughout certain parts of that movie. I mean, back then it was kind of like frowned upon but allowed, but he would just like touch her and stuff all the time and make a lot of like really crass insinuation to try and freak her out for the characters and stuff like that. She wanted to quit that film. She finished it, refused to do The Birds, but the contractual obligations that kept her going basically said that she'd be done. She would never have a job ever again unless she did The Birds. And so Hitchcock terrorized her essentially with The Birds. And I can't remember if she had another movie that she was supposed to do after The Birds or not, but she hardly ever got work after that. I think it was like 30 years after The Birds until she got another movie. And it's crazy that like how honestly women were treated like crap back then.
That's
like,
how Hollywood was back in the
yes.
50s, 60s.
Yeah, it was brutal, and it's I've done a little bit of research on her, and it sucks. It's an interesting read. I think there's actually documentaries on her and Hitchcock, him being just an absolute jack wagon. So, number 11, Midsummer. I've never seen this movie.
Never heard of it, so I had to look it up here while you were talking. So, premise: a couple travel to Sweden to visit their friend's rural hometown for its fabled Midsummer Festival. But what begins as an idyllic retreat quickly devolves into an increasingly violent and bizarre competition at the hands of a pagan cult. Starring
Takes a left turn.
Florence Pugh, Will Poulter, Jack Raynor, Isabel Groh, William Jackson, Bjorn Andresen, Wilhelm Blomgren.
All those people you've never heard of before. I've heard good things about this movie, and I've always
Came out last year.
I've always come close to starting it because you can watch it on streaming stuff right now.
Yeah.
I've come close to starting it, but never been quite able to bring myself to it. I don't know. It's not like I think it's going to be bad or anything. I just think that it will require a lot of brain power to get through, and I'm usually not in that capacity.
No.
But maybe one day. So I don't know if you've seen it. Let us know what you think.
Someone has because they commented on the post.
Let us know why you like it so much.
Tell us.
Yeah. What is number 10 there? I can't read that.
Strangeland?
What is that?
I don't know.
Apparently
it was a movie with Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. Somebody commented that on there.
Why is that so high up on the list?
I don't know. So I guess
you made this list, didn't you?
No, I didn't make this. You want to see the Facebook comments?
No.
So a pierced and tattooed sadist, Captain Howdy, trolls the internet for naive teens, luring them into his home to torture them and defile them. When Howdy kidnaps and tortures the daughter of police detective Mike Gage, that's a
detective name.
That's a definite detective name. He's in charge of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He is caught, deemed insane, and sent to an asylum, but is released soon after, seemingly better. However, Gage knows it's only a matter of time before Howdy strikes again. He's ready to unleash his own form of retribution when the time comes. Apparently, the screenplay was by Dee Snider.
Linda Cardellini's in it.
Yeah, and Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
Ah,
Robert Englund's in it.
oh, hey, look at that.
And oh no, I thought that was David Hasselhoff. It's not. Oh, Amy Smart.
Oh, yeah.
Brett Harrelson, who kind of looks like David Hasselhoff. Discount Hasselhoff.
Discount Hasselhoff. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch it one day. Seems kind of intense, but, whatever. What's this? What's number 9 here? Sleep something?
Sleepaway Camp.
You haven't seen that one either.
Nope. Have you?
No. What are these trash movies people are throwing on our list?
I don't know.
And why are they so high up?
I went down in the order of the comments.
Oh. You didn't do by likes or anything like that?
No. I didn't make it into a poll.
Oh, okay.
So what was it called? Sleepaway Camp?
Yeah.
Sleepaway Camp, 1983. And bunks and the showers are Mad Stabber's beat at a summer camp strictly for teens.
So it's a camp slasher story.
It's a camp slasher story.
Okay. Number 8, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Have seen that one.
Yep. Everybody should have seen that movie.
I remember seeing it and my parents being like, oh, this is like a scary movie. My dad's like, I remember when I saw this when it came out, I was like, it was freaky. And me and my brother watched it and we're just like, this is dumb.
Johnny Depp's first movie.
Yeah.
I had a Mandela effect with this movie. I could have sworn that Freddy Krueger had the things on both hands. Yeah. I swore up and down it was both hands. But
Probably would have been cooler.
it just, I don't know. I'm in an alternate universe, I guess. So, because that shot where he's like, his arms grow and he's running down the street chasing what's her face?
Yeah. Vaguely.
I could see the knives sticking out of both hands when he's doing it.
It might have been just for that scene.
Why?
I don't know. I
All
didn't
right.
make the movie.
But yeah, it's a good movie. It was a very low budget and Carpenter, right?
No, I don't
No,
think,
it's,
that wasn't Carpenter.
Who's the other one? Not Carpenter, the other guy. The guy who did Scream.
Google, work faster. Wes Craven.
Craven. Craven has this strange obsession with dreams and stuff like that, and he always manifested as some sort of dream sequence of some sort into all of his movies, and yeah, there you go, Nightmare on Elm Street.
This was one of those instances where they have your main antagonist, but he talks a lot. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. In my opinion, it didn't scare me.
I can see why it could be scary if you're a kid who's seen this movie or you saw it back in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
Today, if you're like 30 and you see it for the first time now, you'd probably be like, nah,
Like a punch in the mouth.
He does talk a lot, and he's obviously a horrible, because he was like a pedophile before he was killed by the parents for some reason, and so he's got these jokes and it's not like a likable character, but they try to appeal to the character with humor, and you're like, no, he's a
piece of
he's a demonic pedophile. I don't know
the hell I want to like him for.
So it is kind of
weird.
Yeah. All right, number 7, The Conjuring.
Scary movie.
I always get this and Insidious mixed up. I can't remember which one's which.
That's the one that's based on a true story with the Warrens.
Oh, okay. Not the red face thingy.
No, not the red face thing.
All
Not
right.
Darth Maul.
Not Darth Maul.
Darth Maul's brother, Maul Darth.
This one has now there's so many of these Conjuring movies.
Yeah, they become I think there's a third one coming out.
There's a couple of them that are spin-offs of them. There's a
Annabelle was one. Or
there's a the doll, and then the nun, and then what's the first one about? I can't remember.
Ron Livingston, the actor, and his family, they moved to this house, and then obviously nonsense goes awry. The wife becomes like Possessed, and then the Warren. I saw this in the movies.
I don't
Actually,
know.
this is like that's the only horror movie I saw in the theaters.
Oh,
Everything else I just watched at home. Or like most of these movies came out well before I was born.
I don't know.
I remember watching it and knowing it was scary. I don't really remember the plot that well.
I think I've seen them all, and I have some friends that swear by this. Mitch loves these movies.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge
My sister
fan.
was a huge fan. She's big into horror.
I do appreciate they're not trying to do jump scares all the time. They're trying to legitimately creep you out, but
There was a lot of legitimately just creeping you out.
yeah. So
But it was kind of like that basic horror formula.
yeah,
Some nonsense in the very, very beginning, then nothing, then, the nice family, and then stuff kind of goes, some weird starts to happen, and then balls to the wall, and then resolved.
man, you're gonna have to take a lot of hot sauce by the end of this. So moving on to number 6, The Haunting. So there's a million of these movies too, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there's been remakes of these.
The Haunting of Emily Rose and
Well, I think that's a different movie
The
altogether.
Haunting of Denmark or whatever.
The Haunting of Denmark.
Haunting of Delaware. And if you start your movie with The Haunting,
Like The Haunting, of etc.
I don't know.
The
It's-
Haunting in Connecticut.
Yeah, see, there's one.
The Haunted Mansion. The Haunting of Bly Manor. The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah, it's the Netflix show.
Haunted House. So I guess I think somebody saw when I read the comment, like it was about the original. So I guess the 1963 one.
Oh.
Featuring Russ Tamblyn,
Oh, it's a strong lead protagonist name.
Claire Bloom, Julie Harris. Lois Maxwell. She was the original Moneypenny.
All right, let me see if I can figure out what this plot's about. A group of friends spend the night in a haunted house, only to discover they're all dying. Let's go. Go ahead, go.
The film depicts the experiences of a small group of people invited by a paranormal investigator to investigate a purportedly haunted house.
Oh man, I
Oh,
swear
my
I've never read
God.
this.
I don't even know what this is talking about.
All right, well there you go. Your run of the mill, old fashioned, scary house, whatever. On to some good stuff. Number 5, Alien.
Very scary. Great movie.
My favorite horror movie. Yes, science fiction and horror. They were made for each other.
They were.
Cosmic horror. It did a lot of things that you see in a lot of movies nowadays. They hide the monster at the very end, until the very end,
Mhm.
and
The suspense.
yeah, they they hide plots within the overall plot of like survive the monster. There's other things going on.
Like the android.
Yeah,
Played by Bilbo
Baggins.
Baggins.
Bilbo Baggins. All right, sorry.
Derailed for a
The
second.
late, was it Sir Ian Holm? Was he ever knighted?
Yes.
He was knighted? Okay. So, yeah, great movie. And it spawned a bunch of crappy sequels. And,
Well, Aliens, I think, was
it was an action movie. And then
it's a great movie.
Alien 3 was,
Horrible.
but it was directed by Fincher, which was actually a great director. I don't know. I guess, like, he couldn't save the movie or something.
That's one with Charles Dance in it, right?
Yes. And Joss Whedon wrote, the guy who did Firefly and the first Avengers movies. He did Alien 4 Resurrection.
Ugh.
Yeah, he wrote that one.
That was like with the weird white, like skull-faced one.
Yes, yeah.
That was like,
Yeah, mama. And then next was Prometheus, right? No, there was Alien versus Predator. Blech. And that doesn't count.
No.
Those things don't exist. Prometheus, which is back to Ridley Scott, which had potential, and then Alien Covenant, which was trash. It was bad. Like Ridley Scott, like did not help that franchise at all.
He dookied the bed.
Yeah. So,
Meh. But Alien, fantastic movie.
wonderful.
Good cast too.
Wunderbar.
Surprisingly, for like it was pretty low budget, wasn't it?
Yes.
Tom Skerritt, Sigourney Weaver, John Hurt.
It was I want to say 40 or 80 million initially, and then they went $2 or $3 million over budget at the end because Ridley Scott wanted to change the ending. Yeah. So
she blasts him out of the airlock.
yeah, it's supposed to be she gets into the cryogenic thing, and then the chest burster comes out at the very end, and she dies too. Mm-hmm. But then they changed it. So yeah, a lot of things happened very last minute in that movie. Like there's so many reasons that movie shouldn't have done amazing, and it did amazing. So it was a really cutting edge marketing team too. Like they basically lied in the trailers, depicting Scarrett being the lead, even though he was in it for like 15 minutes, and Sigourney Weaver, like just some side character, even though she was really the lead, because they didn't think that a strong female protagonist could carry that movie, and
she did.
She did. So it got butts in the seats, and it worked out. So great movie. Number 4, American Werewolf in London.
Great movie.
Yeah, I seen it for the first time this year.
Yeah, we talked about it the episode Joey was on. We did the top 80s horror.
Yep, 80s horror movies. It's a good movie. It's aged very well. It did a good job disguising the monster until the end. It has some nice comedy that kind of cut through all like the slow, serious parts.
Well, you got John Landis in charge,
So same guy who directed that, garbage fire of Twilight Zone, where people actually died in. But yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah,
I will say the werewolf transformation scene, is probably like if you thought about werewolves and all that stuff, like how accurate like a transformation would probably be. It's that movie, I think. Like he like the burning and the elongating of his hands and his
just the way he was screaming and stuff like that. You could tell it was a lot of pain. So.
Seems horrific.
The Shining.
Don't like that movie.
Number 3. I love The Shining. You can't go wrong with Kubrick. You can't do anything wrong. Even if if you don't look at Shining like a typical horror movie, okay? If you look at it more like it's just an experience, and because a lot of things that he does is just do a lot of just shots of mundane things happening around the hotel, the Outlook Hotel, but he's showing it in such symmetry and pacing with the editing and stuff like that he's kind of lulling you into whatever frame of mind you're going to be in to really be screwed up by the end of the movie. And when you see Jack Terrence running around, the hedge with like that, the axe chasing his family, you're just like,
what's going on?
It just puts you over the edge. Like, oh my, everything's crazy. So it's a really good movie. And one of the few times that people have said the movie better than the book, let alone a Stephen King book. Stephen King to this day probably still disagrees with that, but yeah. Number 2 is The Thing.
Great movie.
Yep, my second favorite science fiction horror movie. Probably my favorite monster though. If I had to pick between The Thing or the Xenomorph, I would pick The Thing, just because I think that there's a lot more stuff going on.
I don't know which one I'd rather have to deal with though.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
I might take the Xenomorph over the Thing.
Yeah, because you don't know who to trust.
Well, the thing can't assimilate metal.
Yes, but
which I think that was actually a plot contrivance, because one of them goes, "Where's your earring?" and the guy's like,
"Yeah," but you don't know who to trust. There was like a ton of small little details.
There was a lot of
people just analyze over and over again,
and like the psychology, like among like the crew members, or not the crew members, the guys in like the Arctic station, like as things start progressing, like their their mentality changes and attitude towards each other.
Yeah, like the cabin fever kind of thing. So
I mean, they did a really good job. And then Wilford Brimley,
and the fact that they use practical effects,
that really, I mean, those hold up
to this day.
To right now, it's
a lot of it is the sound design. When the dude's head pops off and it's got like this tendrils flailing around, and then you hear like that like demonic scream emanating from the head and stuff like that. It still sends shivers up your back and stuff like it's impressive how they were able to make. And I can imagine seeing something like that for the first time,
and just being like,
Yeah.
Or like when the dude's like head splits in half.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he grabs the other dude. It's just like I remember watching, going like, what the.
It was an intense. It still is an intense movie. It's and you know it has like it doesn't cheap out with jump scares. The only one that gets me just about every time is where he sticks the thing in the blood and he goes yeah.
Because like they're testing the blood, because like the blood's also so like every like
Yeah.
atom of this thing is the thing, and he's sticking like the hot like wire, and he does like the first two, nothing.
Yeah.
Gets to the last one, and it cuts to the dude whose blood it is, and he just goes, he like has this look like the jig is up,
Yeah.
and he goes like yeah, and then he starts shaking. They're like the guys are sitting next to him like, oh fucking times.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I watch that movie probably once every couple of months just because it's so much fun. So yeah,
It is a
All
great
right.
movie.
Number one, Halloween.
Which this one got the most comments.
Yeah,
Which
I mean,
this is my favorite horror movie that was on there.
it's I would say the most like it's the turning point movie for horror
Horror.
movies. Yeah, it's where people could take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It also kind of spawned the slasher genre.
Yeah.
But like one of the things with the first Halloween, there's not a lot of blood at all, if any.
Yeah.
That movie's heavily predicated on suspense and like character building.
Yeah, it just creeping you out. Like you see a lot of POV shots, where you're watching through the eyes of the killer, which was, you know, really pushed it from the studios for them to not do that. But Carpenter
Yeah,
demanded that it be like that, and you know, because they're like, why would the audience care what the bad guy sees and stuff like that? And, you know, but he described it like watching a car wreck that you can't avoid. So
like there's POV shots. I mean, you could see like because they do it in the beginning when he's a little kid, and then they do it later on in the movie when he escapes.
right,
But, like the narrowed vision from the mask, the breathing inside the mask you hear. And because I know there's one scene he's looking through the window and then you hear like a dog snarling. He just turns over and looks at it, and then the next scene like you see his feet and then the dog's like hind legs, and they just drop because he killed it and he choked it out.
yeah,
And it's like, oh okay.
yeah. It's a good, it's a really intense movie, and like the way that they shoot stuff without like putting it right in your face. They just show you a little bit of what you need to know to understand what's happening. Or if they show you something right in front of your face, it's so quick that you don't really have time to understand it. You know, like when she stabs him with the coat hanger.
Yeah.
You know, it happens so fast. Her trying to escape and all this other kind of stuff. It's really well shot and really well edited.
There's stuff that's done like at speed like that, and then the shot where she's running.
Yeah.
She's going to the house, and then the camera cuts over, and you see him like walking from around the house, and he like no speed up in step, just slowly making his way over, and like there's just the suspense, and the music is really what drives that movie.
Yeah.
And that is it's instantly recognizable.
Never would have thought William Shatner would have been so intimidating.
Because I watched a behind the scenes thing for them doing the movie. They had this creepy looking clown mask.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he had a clown mask as a kid. We give him a new one. Cool. And everybody comes out wearing it, and it was actually one of like the grip dudes. who did it. It wasn't
just a big guy.
just some tall guy.
That's how low budget it is. They're like, hey man,
He was like 6'6", and they're just like, hey,
Yeah,
put this on.
you're the serial killer now.
You're doing this. And he like walks out, and everybody's like, yeah, I mean, it's creepy. And then they're like, all right, yeah. And they had like a Shatner mask. And I was like, yeah, we bleached it, messed up the hair. It looked really weird. It's just like this shapeless almost face, with, like no real features.
Yeah.
Puts that on, walks out. He's like, we couldn't even see his eyes because like just the way it sat on his head. And everybody just like, the guy taught me, it's like everybody in the room like sat back in their seats. Like people like started to curl away. They were just like, and like Carpenter was like, that's it.
That's what I want.
Make that the movie.
This is pretty cool. This is like quintessential shot where he's following her and she's like looking over her shoulder for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then like she turns around, sees him in the bushes, and he's just like staring at her.
Yeah, and then she's like, then he turns and walks, and then she like runs up, and he's already gone.
Yeah.
Or when she stabs him, whatever, and he falls down, and she's sitting there like in the door frame crying, and then like you just hear like the music just slowly kind of starts to come back into into the shots, and you just see like he like just like sits up all of a sudden like completely upright, and his head just slowly turns out, and everybody's like,
He's a robot.
I do like the ending.
Yeah, that's good.
Where he shoots him, and then like they do the camera pan to all the places he'd already been in the movie, and he's not in any of them.
Right.
After his body disappears.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to watch that again. It's been a minute, so.
Have it on DVD if you want to borrow it.
You're welcome. Well, that's our list. And
That's
that's about all the time we have, except for announcing Mitch's punishment for his 2-part punishment.
The 2-part
Surprise.
punishment.
Yeah.
A 2-part pun.
Which is Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth. I couldn't remember. I was like, I almost said Battle Los Angeles, and I was like, no, it's
Another sci-fi horror movie, and it's horror because it's
Horrible.
to watch.
Film perpetually like that. You're just looking up everybody's freaking nostrils
They
the
have
whole
this
freaking time.
Things. If you ever wanted to know what Scientology is all about, apparently this movie is something to do with that. So there you go.
John Travolta and Barry Pepper and absurd widow's peaks and dreadlocks. And
he
films
funded
looking up.
that movie purely out of his own money.
like ruined his career for a while.
So yeah, it's ugh. So there you go. Watch Mitch review those 2 movies on our next episode. Thanks so much, and we're looking forward to hearing your feedback and talking to you guys online and on the camera next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.